Hello. Some of you have likely taken notice of my Kanye West sweater. And depending on who you are, that may have triggered a mixture of reasonable reactions. Curiosity, confusion, secretly wondering where I got it, or maybe even disapproval. However, wearing this shirt today was not an accident. I'm not here to defend Ye or excuse the things he's done and said. I'm here because I think his situation symbolizes something a lot bigger. A question we have all had to face when it comes to the music we listen to, the movies we watch, the people we befriend, and the art that moves us. Is it truly possible to separate the art from the artist? He shaped the culture for generations to come. He single-handedly brought artists to light and changed the trajectory of hip-hop and music as we knew it. His music played when people made memories that would last lifetimes upon lifetimes. And even here at the school, you can see his fashion has left an everlasting mark. From his slides to collaborations with Bape, Adidas, and Nike, to even his own Yeezy brand. You can see throughout the school that he has not only influenced sound, he has influenced how people look, how they dress, and how they feel. For me and millions of others, his music wasn't just noise. It's something you turn to when you're celebrating, when you're frustrated, when you're trying to feel motivated, or you're just trying to feel something real that relates to you. See, as Kanye, he was the first in his genre. He was the first to rap about insecurity in a genre dominated by boasting and ego. He brought soul into the mainstream, which had been done before, but he made it his brand, influencing an entire generation of world-famous artists such as Drake, The Weeknd, Don Toliver. And all of these artists had been deep-rooted from Kanye, as his music was there for all. However, it was their fervor for me. See, a few years prior, I was expelled from a school after a series of misunderstandings had spiraled out of control. Accusations flew, rumors spread like wildfire, and in the flash of an instant, I was cut off from my community. My friends wouldn't speak to me, and I thought my future plans were gone in an instant. In those dark times, nothing had spoke to me further. The only thing was Yeezy. Yeezy had taught me to bounce back from my adversity in tracks such as Blame Game and Through the Wire. He had taught me, and he had albums such as 808s and Heartbreak that painted the vulnerability I was suffering in from seeing every single person I once knew and every single plan I had crumble down over a few misunderstandings. However, Kanye's fall from grace had also begun around this time, as the man had made headlines yet again, but not for his creativity or his innovativity, but for something much worse: offensive statements, public meltdowns, and overt narcotic use. When he said slavery was a choice, the backlash was instant and global. It had overshadowed his music. It had taken over his career. People had begun to realize maybe his bipolar disorder had really been showing upon the people, and that really, can you really separate the art from the artist? This is not only a question about Kanye West. This touches every corner of every culture. Whether it's J.K. Rowling, whether it is Picasso, or whether it is Chris Brown, or even someone in your community. We have all had a moment where we had to ask, is it truly possible to separate the art from the artist? Some say yes, that if the artist has taught you well, that once an artist publishes art to the public eye, it is partially owned by the people that resonate with it. That music and art isn't a moral contract. It is something that reflects your values, your personal feelings, and your moments of growth, even if the artist didn't. However, some say no, that purchases, streams, and sharing their art allows them to further push their hateful agenda, and that once a person repetitively causes harm and remains unapologetic, they do not deserve a second chance. That the person who remains harm and causes unapologetic should lose their platform. Both sides have a point. It's not an easy answer. It's messy, it's personal, it's emotional. However, I'm here today not to tell you what to think. I'm here to question what you two think. Where do you stand? Where do you draw your personal line? See, some people value art higher than others in different situations. As for me personally, I still listen to Kanye's music. However, every time I press play on one of his tracks, I lower the volume. And I feel the tension between the music that shaped who I am as a person today and the man behind it. I don't run from it. In fact, I sit with it, because pretending it isn't real doesn't make it any less complicated. But that's the beauty of it. Are you able to hold both truths at once? The masterpiece and the mess, the impact and the injury, the beauty and the beast. Is it truly possible to separate the art from the artist? See, separating the art from artist isn't about excusing their actions. It's about being able to navigate the messy path between appreciation and accountability. Thank you.